Well, g'day everyone. I thought we'd pop in here and say hello, and we might as well start the show. How about I get my little screen off here and actually say hello. So good morning or good evening, depending on where you are right now. So I've got a very exciting bit of content to show you today, and I hope that I have warmed the stage nicely, and you're all getting toasty. So let's share my slides for you. So let's go here and hit present. If you're in watching, then let me know in the chat, and I'll make sure I say hello to you. So slides are now up, and let's flick to the presentation. Getting exciting. So g'day, I'm Stephanie Campanella from Tradies Get Online. I run a marketing company that helps tradesmen get more highly qualified leads for their business. So of course you can grow and be the business owner that you want to be. Today, in today's presentation, we're going to talk about attracting commercial construction clients. There are some misconceptions that you cannot get these great paying, highly engaging clients on LinkedIn, and I'm going to show you that that is a lie, and of course you can. So if you're here in the room, then let me know. Oh, Michael has just said hi. So hey, hello, Michael, and thank you for jumping in. All right, so let's continue with the slides. So we've done our welcome, you might say. But yeah, if you're in there, then make sure you say hello. So I've just done the welcome. So today I just wanted to quickly take a moment to ask, what would you like answered? Is there any specific questions that you have about LinkedIn that you would like answered from me today? It's going to be a very, I guess there's only there's about 10 slides. So there's a lot packed into 10 little slides. So just making sure that if I haven't answered your question, please put your hand up and make sure that your question gets asked, because I'd hate to leave you here. And if you are here live right now, just type live in the comments below. And if you are watching the replay, then of course type replay for me, just so I can see as you pop in. All right, let's get really clear on the points that we're going to cover today. And again, I mentioned we're talking about LinkedIn. We're talking about the misconception about LinkedIn and the fact that there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars to be made inside LinkedIn, but you just don't have a strategy to get in there. Okay, so first thing we're going to cover is the misconception about LinkedIn. We're also going to cover about having a strategy works. It's got to be consistent, but you need a strategy. And the last point that I'm going to cover is that people aren't active enough. That is an absolute shock to me, because LinkedIn is basically directory of business owners waiting to engage with you, and you should be totally engaging with them. All right, so first things first, you need a profile. So head over to LinkedIn and fill out your profile. I want you to add a professional photo. Now, this gets me every time. I think tradesmen are super shy about getting their photo taken. And really, it's you. You know, people buy from you. So you've got to get your photo, tell your significant other or grab a photographer, and just use your iPhone. And take a photo of yourself. You must have a photo on LinkedIn, because people are talking to people, and that's really important. You also want to put a cover photo that is relevant to what you are doing. So here I've got a speaking engagement where I spoke on, I think, trades and marketing there. So again, it's a relevant photo of what I do for my community. So if you are a concreter, for example, there should be a good photo of you in a collared shirt, not in your concreting t-shirt, And the photo there in the back could be you helping guide the cement out of the mixer, let's say. So it needs to be what it is that you do. So first things first, you've got to have a LinkedIn profile before you do anything, and make sure that you fill out all the bits and pieces. So let's jump in here. This is, you need your the first name and your last name. But see on this previous slide here, it says that I'm a trade and construction marketing. Like, that's what I do, trade and construction marketing. Now that term there is actually here. It's a bit blurry, apologies. But that's the headline section. That section is actually searchable inside LinkedIn. So if you are looking for more construction clients, more large scale, you want to get into, units and strata. You want to get into larger scale projects. Then you need to be on here. And that little term, that little headline there, where I've got trade and construction marketing, that should actually be the thing that you do, but it needs to be the most SEO'd keyword possible. Now, when I say SEO, it stands for search engine optimization. It also means categorization. The simplest way to explain SEO is actually, it's just categorization. It's a tool that helps Google categorize you so that people can find you on Google's network. That is all SEO is. There is no dark curtain rolling down right here. That is literally it. So this little term here, trade and construction marketing, for myself, that is the headline piece. When filling out your profile, make sure you put a keyword that is relevant to what you do, so that when someone in LinkedIn is searching for concreter or electrician in, I don't know, Sydney, let's say, then that's exact match to what's in your LinkedIn profile. All right, so hot tip right there, and a little bit of search marketing there too. Okay, so I've just squeezed in here. So this is exactly what I wanted in the last slide. So you can see here, Stephanie Campanella, trade and construction marketing, and I've got some emojis there too. I mean, emojis aren't searchable. I mean, who searches using an emoji? So that's just a bit of fun, and it's to make sure that if someone is looking for a marketing consultant in the trade or construction niche, they see mine because it's got a little flair to it. It's got a flame and it's got a racing car, because I like to move fast. So that's just a little additional that I've put in there. Now, again, just rolling down, make sure that you've put all your history and where you work and actually set up your company. So again, this is all in LinkedIn. You need to make sure that you are dressing the part and you are looking sharp for LinkedIn ASAP, because all this needs to be done before you go away and do anything. Now, two, you should be asking for recommendations on LinkedIn. If you're going to use LinkedIn, one of those tips that I mentioned, how it's the most underused tool, seriously, especially in the construction niche. No one is doing any marketing in here. It is extremely surprising. So, as part of your trust radar, you should be asking for reviews and get them inside LinkedIn. All right, let's talk strategy. I'll just pause for a sec and make sure that we don't have any questions over here. A couple more people have said hello. So hello, Pure Quality Electric. Nice to see you. And the guys there at Self-Made Toolkit are waving as well. So that's awesome. So let's talk content strategy and let's talk consistency. Now, when you go to market, you need to do three things. You need to know what you're marketing. You need to know what your message is, and you need to know the ask. There is nothing worse than not asking for the business and simply continuing to market your message and market your message and market your message, but never actually ask for the business. So, what are you marketing? Let's think about this from a strategy perspective. If we think about the next 90 days, 3 months worth of content, what are we going to do? We're a plumber. So for the first 30 days, all our content is going to be around how local we are. We are local plumbers. We are your local plumbing heroes. We come to you in actually 45 minutes or less. You're a local plumber. You could talk about in the second tier of those 90 days, the second month, you could talk about how you're doing blocked drains, and you could talk about how these certain types of trees continually disrupt our underground pipes. And if you've got one of these trees, then you should totally get it inspected by us, because it could be a moment of a week or a month, but it is inevitable that that tree is going to rip straight through your underwater pipes. And if it does that, it's going to cost you even more. So again, if you're a plumber, for your next 90 days, what are you talking about? The first thing I mentioned was the local. The second thing here I mentioned was the blocked drains. And then the third, well, you could talk about how you come in and replace water systems. You could talk about how having an old drum is actually quite dated now, and there are ways to get instant hot water. There's no point standing in the shower waiting for 3 minutes. I mean, that's a perfect example of how you're going to go to market. So I talked about 3 topics to put a strategy together so that you can market your message. Now, I say 3 things over 90 days because I want you to pick a theme when it comes to marketing. And then that theme crafts your message, which you can use to go into LinkedIn and to start drumming up some conversations. Now, it's conversations that lead to conversions, let's say. So really important that you have some topics and some consistency so that your content is there long enough for people to understand what you do, so they can actually see and hear your message and then see your ask, which is, would you like us to come out and do an inspection for you, etc. An ask, basically, do you want to work with us? So just making sure that you don't miss that very important last point. Now, let's move over to the next slide. Once you've understood what you're marketing, what you do and how you're going to market that thing and the message, and you've got your ask, then what you can do is put in a 14-day sequence so that you can DM people on LinkedIn. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got a screenshot here of me DMing. Hang on, here we go. Here I am DMing one of the guys that works here. Hey Ryan, thanks for connecting. Rah, rah, rah. I've just DM'd him there. So what you want to do is get all your profile and your recommendations and your little SEO targeting and everything all ready to go. And then you want to start connecting with people on LinkedIn, the right people, and then you want to start speaking to them. And of course, you don't want to do everything in one day because that's going to scare the crap out of people. Okay, you need to take it slowly and not be that hard salesperson, which we so often do see inside LinkedIn. Now, the first message should just be a simple hello and thank you for connecting. You want to wait one day and then you want to come in and ask a spear question, a short, personal, expecting a response question. So you might come in and say, how are your trades going on your large job site at X right now? Because obviously if you're connecting with someone from, and I've got a little search in here, I mentioned ProBuild. So if you're going to connect with the guys at ProBuild to try and become their core trade service people, well then you want to make sure that you know what's going on and where their projects are. So obviously the first thing you want to do is connect with the people that work at ProBuild, and I'll show you a slide here. I've done a quick little search up here. So I've just in the if you click the LinkedIn top button there and then put a name in, and I've just put my name. But if you put ProBuild or a large construction company that you would like to do some work with, put them in there, they'll come up, their page will come up. You can click people and you can see all the people that work at this building. Like, This is insane. There is an entire directory of sales just waiting to happen. And again, my misconception at the start, nobody does this. So if you actually start doing this actively every single day, you will generate leads out of LinkedIn. Okay, so the first message is hello, thanks for connecting. The second message could be, hey, how is the project going in Camperdown? I've seen that the scaffolding's going up. Do you still need some X, Y, Z, whatever your offer is? The third day is a HC. It's a hot content. Now you should have some videos or photos of you doing what you do best because people are visual. They want to see what you're doing. So you can share some of that hot content that you've got there on day 3, then on day 6, then on day 9, and then again on day 12. I've just got another spear that says it's a direct. So it's not just saying, how's that job in Camperdown? It's actually saying, can I come and provide you a tender for the project at Camperdown? I would love to be more involved. And, the worst thing that could happen is you get rejected and they say, look, we've already got tradesmen. Thanks so much. The best thing that could happen, well, maybe the second best thing that could happen is that they say, thank you so much. We already have a tradesman on this job, but I will keep you in mind for the next one. And then it's your job to keep them in mind and follow them up for the next job. And then obviously the best thing is that they say, hey, actually, we just lost a tradie. We walked them off the job because they were extremely untidy. And I don't know, that's a good enough excuse, I guess. So then they walked them off the job. So that would be the best thing for you, obviously. And you've just slid in here with an offer. And that's why it's really important to have an ask. All right, so you also should be creating content on your business page and your individual page. So there's two types of, I guess, profiles on LinkedIn. Just like we were looking here, this is Pro Build Constructions. This is the company page. And then here is all the individuals that work at Pro Build. So what you need to do is get some content inside your business page to show what you do. Because the first thing anyone does when you reach out to them is they go and check, are you real? Are you legitimate? Can I trust you? Are you good enough for me to buy from? So you must be putting content into your LinkedIn company feed and also your personal feed too, because people buy from people. Here I've just got a question. Which platform is best for your branding goals? Your audience plays a big part, etc., etc., etc. And there's a little bit of, there's a stupid photo of me with my hands up. I tend to do that quite a lot. That's the search directory there. Talking about the construction. So this is phenomenal. You could look up any construction company and basically see all their employees. It's absolutely insane. Again, with the DMing right here. And that is us for Q&A. So I just wanted to, again, pop over to the questions here and just make sure that we've not got any. And no, it doesn't look like we have any questions sitting live in the chat. Michael, is there anything that has been asked offline that you would like answered here while I'm still here and chatting? I'll just give you a second to type. But I do hope that this content was of value to you. If we just slide back, this is the most important slide. If you can take a photo of this, you are golden. You must know what you're marketing. You must have a very clear message, and you've got to make sure you have an ask and you ask for the business. All right, well, I'm going to say goodbye for now. I hope that this content was value for you. Of course, connect with me. I am on LinkedIn. Just search Stephanie Campanella and you'll find me. You could also search for the company Tradies Get Online. And again, you will find our company and you will find me as an individual and also our staff that work there too. My local Sydney number is there. And my team have also put my address in there. So there's my office address too. All right, well, that'll be it for today because I cannot see any other questions coming in. So it's Steph Campanella and over and out. Adios.